I've got huge news for you. President-elect Donald Trump is expected to make crypto a national security priority. This is big. I'll give you the details. And there's a lot of drama around XRP's recent price increase, with reports coming from the New York Post, Unchained. I'll break it all down for you on what Ripple's team is saying. And Coinbase is launching Bitcoin loans. This is interesting. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as a thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, I'm a little under the weather, so I'm going to make this one quick, but I wanted to get you the important news of today because the market is heating up. Bitcoin is actually pumping right now. It's over $102,000 once again. So are we seeing the confirmation here for the continual run up to new highs? I would say we need to see Bitcoin break $105,000 again to give us full confirmation we are leaving the consolidation zone. And I hope this move is the breakout towards new highs. And as I stated in yesterday's podcast and even in my newsletter today, Bitcoin faked out both the bulls and the bears over the past week. So that was a nice flush out of both sides, getting leverage out. And usually when you have those types of events, it's a setup for a move upwards. And I hope it is. But if not, and we have another week or two of consolidation, that's fine before we find strength and start breaking outwards. But what's been happening, of course, is XRP has been stealing the show. XRP pumped to $3.39 today. It is showing significant strength, leading the altcoin rally. And as always, guys, the rotation of liquidity will happen in the altcoin market. XRP is not going to continually pump day after day after day. It's going to cool down. It's going to hit resistance levels, and then it'll pull back, and then it'll bounce again. You guys know what happens here. And then you're going to see other altcoins rally very strong as well as the liquidity hits them. So very great news here to see XRP moving. And guys, you know, there's a big question, and I wrote about it in my newsletter today. Will the blow-off top happen in Q2 or Q4? The typical 4-year cycle with the presidential election cycle, the Bitcoin halving, you typically see a blow-off top in Q4. However, Bitcoin has been ahead of schedule since the beginning of 2024 when it ran up to new all-time highs before the halving, and we had a local top in March and a big sell-off, right? So it has been ahead of schedule, and then you got all the news coming in with Trump coming into office, and that could really send the sentiment very high and make things happen faster than expected. So you have to be prepared for both scenarios. And of course, I'll be sharing with you guys the different signals and metrics that have shown the top of the market historically, and we'll watch what the whales are doing so that we don't miss the top zone. Now, no one can call the exact top, but we can at least figure out where the zone is and have an idea where we need to start taking profits and exit this market, because remember, bull markets don't last forever, and the bear market will return. So Peter Brandt, who's a really great trader, he shared a chart today showing his prediction that this thing wraps up in early Q2, and that his price forecast is about 135,000, give or take 15,000 on that. So we'll see. That could be just another local top before the ultimate blow-off top in Q4. But there are no guarantees. We don't have a crystal ball. This is why we pay attention to data, not our feelings and emotions. So I hope you guys understand. I'm just giving you heads up of two scenarios, and you have to keep that in mind, and you have to pay attention to the data. So we'll watch it closely. But guys, things are turning very bullish. Look at this report coming out from Bloomberg. Trump plans to designate cryptocurrency as a national priority. Executive order expected to create a crypto advisory council. Trump allies are discussing stopping federal crypto litigation. Guys, I am so bullish. We got a pro-crypto president, a pro-crypto Congress, and Trump is positioning pro-crypto people throughout the government. It's pretty amazing. So President-elect Donald Trump is planning to release an executive order elevating crypto as a policy priority and giving the industry leaders a voice within his administration, according to people familiar with the plans. The order is expected to name crypto as a national imperative or priority. What a statement, folks. And I've been here since 2016. So to see this type of statement coming out, It's incredible. Strategic wording intended to guide government agencies to work with the industry, according to people familiar with the matter. It is also slated to create a crypto advisory council to advocate for the industry's policy priorities, said the people who requested anonymity to discuss an executive order that is not yet public. Now, obviously, the sources are anonymous, but I don't think this is far out. I think I just interviewed Ron Hammond at the Blockchain Association, and he's in DC and he's hearing these things, right? So this is not some far-fetched, outlandish idea. I think Trump is going to come in and do a lot of things that are pro-crypto. He's already assigned a White House crypto and AI czar, David Sachs, and a bunch of other people. So this is not far-fetched. So we know we're going to get a lot of incredible stuff coming from the Trump administration around crypto. So bullish times are ahead. Obviously, this is the final phase year, the wave 5, as some would call it. And the narrative, the actions are there, and all these things are going to lead to higher prices. So very, very exciting stuff. Now, guys, let me set the table here. There was a report from the New York Times, or New York Post, excuse me, not the Times, which stated that Solana and XRP's price surges, mainly XRP, were due to a report that Trump wants to add these tokens to a strategic reserve. Now, the New York Post did not give credible sources, and this is very much one of those hearsay things, right? Oh, this could happen. It's incredibly speculative. I saw this article, but I didn't put any weight on it. I didn't even retweet it because I'm like, whatever. Okay. They didn't give sources. It's not like David Sachs or someone from the White House said this, right? So, but you got the folks at Unchained, Laura Shin, and specifically reporter Veronica Irwin, who said that their sources told them that the rumors that Trump was receptive to the idea of including XRP in a crypto reserve are likely untrue. In fact, they say Trump was pretty hard on Ripple. Now, they did not lay in the sources. They are speculating or giving their thoughts on a report that is not even doesn't have any sources. So the whole thing is built on this facade of hearsay. So there's a lot of drama here on X. And, I tweeted out about it. I said, look, XRP's been pumping since November. So XRP's not pumping because Trump may add it to reserve. That's nonsense. And they included Solana in there. But we're in a bull market and there's a rotation of liquidity. So this is all just nonsense. And even Ripple Stuart Alderati weighed in saying, he replied in a thread saying, wow, unnamed sources. Here's a named source, me. The rumors published by the third tier crypto rag are pure fiction, completely made up. Wonder who is behind this. And, remember Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, and Stu Stewart met with Donald Trump for dinner on January 7th, I think, around that time. And guys, I think this whole article stuff is BS from the New York Post. And then the people who told the Unchained reporters about this stuff are either short sellers or just haters or both, right? Because go look at the chart. XRP's been pumping since November. It has nothing to do with it being a strategic reserve or something like that. That's nonsense. We are in a bull market and there's a rotational liquidity. So a lot of drama around this, guys, just so you know, FYI. But it doesn't matter what these guys do or say in their articles at this point. The chart matters. The sentiment matters. Unless they weaponize the SEC like they did in December 2020. You guys know what happened there. But that ship has sailed because Gary Gensler is out and the SEC is taking massive losses in the courts. Ripple took the lion's share of the victory in the lawsuit. So it's clear skies from here, guys. Now, folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is VeChain. VeChain is one of the top layer 1 blockchains out there, working with many big brands and companies to build Web3 applications. Some of the great features of the VeChain blockchain includes it is secure, affordable, scalable, fast, and sustainable. I'm a VET token holder. I have been for years, and some of the big companies working with VeChain include Givenchy, Walmart China, PwC, BMW, and Boston Consulting Group. So if you'd like to learn more about VeChain, go to vechain.org. Link will be in the description. Now, guys, as Gary Gensler's out the door, we also got news that SEC's top lawyer, Megan Barbero, to resign on January 20th. Where are you going, Megan? Probably, running to save face because she knows they've been doing a lot of shady stuff. And then they filed this appeal in the Ripple case. So running out the door, all of them, right? Rats jumping ship. But we got a pro crypto SEC chair coming in, and that is Paul Atkins. And check this out, guys. This is important. Paul Atkins has been meeting with different people in the Senate and Congress. He met with Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, which is one of the top Democrats who has been supportive of crypto. Remember, her and Senator Lummis did a bipartisan bill for crypto, and she tweeted a photo of her and Paul Atkins meeting, and she stated the following: "Had a great meeting with Paul Atkins, who has been nominated to lead the SEC. We discussed the need for clear crypto regulations that protect consumers and enable innovation." Guys, last year I went to Senator Kirsten Gillibrand's office. I spoke to one of her staffers. I cannot name that person, but one of the things he said off the record, and once again, I'm not giving his information, Senator Gillibrand really hated Gary Gensler and his approach to crypto because Senator Gillibrand has some experience with securities law. So she knew what was happening here. And I won't give, the full quote, but just say she was not happy with Gary Gensler, and she's a Democrat. So I got to give her credit there. Now, speaking of Senator Lummis, she tweeted out, "The FDIC is attempting to hide Operation Chokepoint 2.0, and the FDIC must preserve all documents related to digital assets immediately. Tim Scott and I will get to the bottom of it." So they're going to launch an investigation and try to get to the bottom of this. And it sounds like the FDIC may be trying to destroy documents here. Remember, this is all Elizabeth Warren's work. I've been told there were people at the FDIC who were cronies of Elizabeth Warren, and obviously the SEC, Gary Gensler, and much more. So we got to expose this, guys. We got to put the light on these cockroaches and expose their unlawful activities. Now, guys, check this out. Coinbase has launched Bitcoin-backed loans. So borrow USDC against Bitcoin without selling it, rolling it out to users starting now, except for New York and their bit license nonsense. They said more collateral assets and regions to come, powered by Morpho Labs and built on Base. And they said the future of finance is on chain. So this is interesting, guys. This is going to be big. As long as it comes from a credible company like Coinbase and some others, I think it's safe to do these things. But obviously, do your research, right? Do your research. I'm going to look into this and see if it makes sense to do something like this. Obviously, I'll be taking profits in this bull market cycle. So I'm not necessarily looking to get a loan, but it's still something to be aware of and, get an idea what's happening here. So, but this is the future, guys. Don't be surprised when banks roll this out. Once SAB 121 is repealed and banks can hold crypto directly, don't be surprised when they offer you loans off your crypto. So that's what's coming. A smart move here by Coinbase. All right, final news item, guys. We got an update around Tether. So Paulo Arduino, CEO of Tether, says, "I'm truly excited for USDT0, a great ecosystem project started in collaboration with LayerZero Core, leveraging their best-in-class technology for cross-chain bridging. Today, USDT is the most popular digital dollar and stablecoin in the world, with hundreds and millions of users in emerging markets and developing countries. While competitors focus on the rich crowds, bankers, etc., Tether always prioritizes the unbanked that for a long time struggle to have access to the basic financial services and the normal people that live in high inflation countries and want exposure to the US dollar. Continuing in this direction, I believe that USDT0 will help scaling the support of USDT across many more blockchains, pushing the boundaries of interoperability forward. Your USDT anywhere. Looking forward to seeing the next wave of USDT adoption driven by collaboration." Big move by Tether. They're the world's largest stablecoin issuer, so you can't ignore that. And he says, to be clear, USDT0 is an ecosystem initiative launched by a consortium effort using LayerZero's OFT standard designed to expand USDT utility across blockchains. Tether fully supports innovation. This is separate from Tether's direct operations. So interesting setup here. Everyone is expanding. Everyone is moving as fast as they can, mergers, acquisitions, investments, because they want to get as much market share as possible, because you see where we're headed, guys. This technology and asset class is here to stay. And as I've been saying for years, we're headed to the token economy, everything running on the blockchain, the economy, the markets, and much more. Tokenization, as Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, said, is the future of finance. Guys, Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. A great way you can support me in the podcast is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. Link will be in the description. Also, grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. Buy a copy for yourself. Buy a few copies for your friends and family. Help them to learn about this asset class. Knowledge is power. And if you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review. It will really help me out. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.